All right, thanks for joining us on Buffalo Plus. Got the Buffalo Plus sports team together. Dan, you wrote an interesting piece about the Bills running back combo now, sort of a little bit of both of what we've been talking about this whole offseason.
Well, yeah, I just hear all of this talk about their thunder and lightning, that Zack Moss can be the thunder and Devin Singletary is the lightning. And I think when you say that, it's disrespectful to both of their skill sets. I think of thunder and lightning, I think of like Tiki Barber and Ron Dane. One guy could run people over. The other guy could, run around people. Moss and Singletary can both do those things. Moss is more agile, more shifty than you would think. And Devin Singletary is a lot harder we've seen to tackle than somebody who's a lightning guy real quick. Like, they both ran similar times. They both were very similar in college. Their strengths are different, whereas Devin can make a guy miss in a phone booth, and Moss maybe will embrace contact and wants to run somebody over. But what they do a lot of things similar in their patience, their vision, their low center of gravity, their good balance. So I think that they're going to be more similar than they are different when the season starts.
Okay, Dan, but thunder and lightning sounds good together, so you can't blame me for wanting to say that. And when you look from the outside at Zack Moss, he is a more physical type of runner. You're right. He has the ability. He has the vision. He's not as, running people over that much in terms of the only strictly lightning or thunder, But I think at the same time, it's so interesting because I feel like they got the hybrid of that guy that they wanted. They got the guy that has the ability to run people over, but also has the shiftiness, like you mentioned, to be able to do
I agree.
So it's just funny because, you talked so much, Dan, on this past offseason about how they need a guy that can do everything. And they really did. Maybe they read buffaloplus.com, some of your articles. But I will say, it sounds good, thunder and lightning.
It does. We got to go with Jenna on that. I'm sorry. Thunder and lightning sounds good. Even if it's not 100% accurate, I think those guys would be okay. Think about it. T-shirts, all those things that can go with it. Yeah. It would be fine. I will say this about Zack Moss. He does embrace contact more than Singletary. He likes it. He loves Marshawn. He isn't Marshawn. I'll tell you, you watch the guy, you watch him play, you watch his highlights. He's got that spin move, but he also has that stiff arm. We watched Singletary, and I think all of us, as we watched him, we thought, well, he's not a guy who caught the ball a lot out of college. Then he became a pretty good receiver.
Yeah.
We thought, well, he's not a guy known for breaking he breaks tackles.
Mm-hmm.
I think his game is more. In fact, I tweeted out your article today, Dan, and who do you think liked it?
Zack Moss.
Yeah, because I said we saw more out of Devin Singletary in 2019 than I think people expected.
Exactly.
And we're going to see the same out of Zack Moss this year. Having more than one skill or more than a couple of skills is a plus, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's why I think it's not fair to them just to say that Zack Moss just runs people over like he's the bowling ball. He is so dynamic. He has patience, almost like I don't want to say poor man's, Bell out of the Jets, like patience at the line of scrimmage. I think he does a lot of things well like that. And to say that Devin Singletary's lightning, to me, implies that he gets tackled being blown over by a cornerback. Like, he's tough to bring down. Moss is more agile and explosive, and they both do a lot of things well. And I think that defenses will now be on their toes because no matter who's in the backfield, the playbook will be wide open, which is all I wanted. And I'm so happy that they got a running back like Devin Singletary, more similar than you think.
Yeah.
And Jenna, there's no doubt hearing Brandon Beane yesterday, he didn't just have Moss fall to him. He wanted him very badly and was looking to move up in the draft to get him.
Yeah, because I think he saw the versatility that we always talk about. And I think it is interesting. You see a Sean McDermott defense. There's so many guys that have that flexibility. They can go, they can move wherever. I think now you're starting to see that on the offensive side of the ball. And a guy like Devin Singletary paired up with a guy like Zack Moss, just to have that running back by committee. But like Dan said, to have the playbook all open. And Brandon Beane wanted his guy in Zack Moss. Here he can talk about Moss. You can see his face literally light up because I think he knows the skill set that he has and also what he can bring and how it kind of rounds out the playbook and the ability for this team to kind of keep things and all their options open on the field.
And look at what Devin Singletary did. I mean, when he started out, it was like, when's he going to play? How often? And let's be honest, I got to get a Frank Gore mention in here, but early in the year,
add it to the tally.
He was more effective. And then all of a sudden it's Singletary and people are going, wow, this guy's got a little bit more. Then he's breaking tackles. Then he's making plays in the pass game. honestly, I can see that with both. And I think what Dan has done officially is start a running back controversy with the Buffalo Bills before they even have their first workout. What do you think?
He's good at that.
I'm proud. Yeah, it's not the first time I've ruffled feathers.
Dan or Mike, I have a question actually for both you guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was really huge for Devin Singletary to have a guy like Frank Gore in the room. We know Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane love having a veteran in the room. Right now, it's TJ Yeldon as well as Christian Wade. Do you think they go out and try and add someone, a more veteran player, to that room?
I don't think so. And I think that from the sense of, I still believe that Frank Gore will have an impact on Devin Singletary's career. He said it all the time when he was in his back pocket that no matter what happens, he's going to stay with him. He's going to stay connected. And I think that going forward, whenever Devin Singletary has a question, look, they trained together last year. Mm-hmm. And, I think that bond that they built will still be there and will still be the veteran, even though he's not on the team.
And keep in mind, my man, Frank Gore, is still working out and still wants to be in this league. So if it gets to the point where they need that veteran running back, Frank's going to come back.
I could actually see that. I really could. I think that when you have guys as talented as Singletary and Moss, and you really want them to hit the page running, who better to learn from than a guy? Look, I get Frank Gore was not as productive in the second part of his season, but the habits that he has and what he can teach, I think it would be great if they had the availability and the flexibility to have another guy on the roster. I could see learning from Gore would be huge.
Right off the top of my head. How about Gore, an assistant running backs coach?
Ooh, look at that.
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to be a coach. I think he likes that role. The guy still wants to be. Look, he may not get anything from a team, but running back happens to be that position where there are guys, sitting out there ready to go. And in this strange off season, when it's going to be hard to get people acclimated to what you're doing, Frank knows his play call. Hand me the ball. I'm running straight up the middle.
3 yards at a cloud of dust.
We love Frank Gore. Well, I love him. You guys like him.
Yes.
He's a great guy.
Hey, thanks for watching here on Buffalo Plus. Remember to check out all of our content there, including Dan's story today on what the running backs bring to this Bills offense in 2020. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again later.